Hey, good afternoon. Today is Monday, June 10th, 2019. Coming to you from the jungle rainforest of the Amazon. Actually, just kidding. We are still here in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, northeast Tennessee. That hill, that mountain that you can barely see through the rain, across the hollow, or across the valley, I should say, has part of the Appalachian Trail on it. I'm here at 2,200 feet above sea level on the shooting pad of the property. The 2 acres are quote-unquote developed. Another 13 are forest, without question. There's another hollow behind me, and with a house, and then there's national forest. I'm gonna put some footage right up here that shows you that to the left, right, and behind me are big old hillsides covered with trees. This is a very safe shooting environment. If you're outdoors and never seen my videos, I don't want people freaking out that I'm just shooting into a forest. Anyway, this is the Cqc P-10C. I'm gonna get right to it. It's raining. I'm gonna try to speak over the rain. No round in the chamber. Obviously, no magazine inserted. Magazines come with orange followers. Came with 2 magazines, 15 rounds each. Okay. I was doing a series of the newer striker-fired guns, basically the ones that were part of the modular handgun system, the Army's MHS thing, or whatever it was called, where the Sig P-320 eventually won. Why I don't carry those guns. I did my video of why I don't carry the Beretta APX, why I don't carry the HK VP9, why I don't carry the Sig P-320. All great guns. Nitpicking. And I can't fault anybody if they want to carry those guns. But this gun, to me, is the one, if I'm not carrying my everyday carry, which is in my pocket right now. This gun's hot, so you can be careful. It's a Sig P-365. I got this in April of 2018. Comes with the X-Ray Tritium Night Sight Standard. Flush fit magazine, hold 10 rounds. Where is it? 10 rounds. Loaded up, I have it loaded up with Federal 150 grain, that's correct, 150 grain micro HST. There is a sight hole through the top of the barrel shroud, so you can see there isn't a round in the chamber. It is striker fired, of course. Outstanding trigger, slide serrations front and rear, breakdown lever, slide stop lever, magazine release. This gun is actually short. It's a 3.1 inch barrel, same length as the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, but it's basically the same size as a Glock 43, and standard holds 4 more rounds. That is my standard everyday carry. I pocket carry the most of the time. If I'm going to carry something bigger, what is the first gun I have to eliminate as a choice? And then carry something else. This is the first gun. The Cqc P-10C, okay, no round in the chamber. Cqc P-10C. This gun, for me, it really boils down to triggers on guns. Everything else being equal. The trigger is the only thing that moves on a gun before it fires. If you can manipulate the trigger so that your sight alignment and your sight picture changes as little as possible, and you can do it consistently, repeatedly, quickly, that is key. Because the trigger, like I said, is the thing that has to move before the gun fires. If you're right-handed, if you're cranking over to the left, your shots are going to go down and left. If you're jerking the trigger, they're going to go up. If you're anticipating the shot, rounds are going to go down. Whatever the case might be. Like I said, it's unloaded, no round in the chamber, no empty magazine. Okay. The trigger pull on this is outstanding. It's probably about 5 pounds. Not so much the weight, it's how smooth it is, the relatively small amount of trigger travel. When it gets to the wall, you feel the wall. It's not ridiculously heavy to break through it, but it's very crisp, very positive feel, okay? So let's demonstrate that. Shooting in the safe direction towards that hill to the east of us, okay? Or aiming, I should say. There, it has an internal blade safety, just like the Glock design, okay? Here's the take up. Very light, very smooth, no creep. You can't feel it. You just feel the trigger moving. There's no other sensation. You're at the wall, break. Okay, here's the reset. It only resets to the wall. There's no additional travel beyond that. Next shot, break. Okay, and get it close to the camera so you can hear it even better. Okay, one smooth movement. Just a little bit extra effort to break through the wall, enough to be safe. It's not so light that a beginner might have trouble, or somebody who doesn't practice a lot you know, you don't want to accidentally shoot off a round when you don't intend to, and the adrenaline gets going and all that sort of thing. This has slide serrations front and rear, okay? It's fully ambidextrous. This is the first version, fully ambidextrous, so slide stop lever on both sides, magazine release on both sides. The only downside to these guns, and mine in particular, I don't think they're all quite as bad as this, is that the magazine release is a little bit sticky on this one, okay? You have to punch it and let go, and it slides out. Now, the right side, if you're left-handed, seems to work better. Well, I got my finger in the way on that one. Seems to work a little better. Not the greatest magazine release. No gun is perfect, unless you're a Glock fan, okay? Haha. I like this gun so much. Comes standard with phospoluminescent 3-dot sights. Let me light them up here. Even though we're outdoors, it is raining, so it's not direct sunlight. It's an overcast day, of course. Phospoluminescent sights absorb and re-emit light. Okay, as you can see. And it'll hold that charge for a good while. Quite a while. Depending on how good your eyesight is, how long you have it. If you have it in direct light, this is 350 lumens, I believe. You have it in light like that for a good minute, these things will glow for an hour? Quite a while, maybe longer. Okay, if you're in an absolutely dark room and they were charged up, you might be able to see them glowing a little bit an hour, a couple hours later. Anyway, one slot Picatinny rail, just like the Glock design. Surprisingly. Not surprising, actually. This, I like that gun so much, I bought another one. This is a Cqc P-10C with a threaded barrel, raised night sights standard from the factory. Ambidextrous slide stop lever, ambidextrous magazine release. This magazine release works better. Works better. Okay? I'm almost tempted. I probably could, actually, now that I think about it. Actually, there's no reason I couldn't. I could probably, I should be able to take this frame, put this slide on it, and carry this one, which is probably what I'll do. Well, what the hell? Let's try it. These magazines came with 2 magazines, 17 rounds. So it's 15 with a +2 extension, same orange follower. 3-dot night sights, raised sights, threaded barrel. I've got it on there pretty good, so it won't come off very easily. But actually, I may not be able to do that in front of the camera because I'll need a tool to get that thread protector off. But, so, why do I carry this gun over those other ones? First and foremost, the trigger. I shoot, all things being equal, if I'm having a good day, I shoot this gun better than any other striker-fired gun I have. Even my Canik TP9 SFX, which is my favorite range gun, which has an outstanding trigger, but I don't shoot it as much. And it's too big for me to carry. It's 5.2-inch barrel. It's ridiculous. I'll put up the stats for this gun here. Let's compare it to my, let's take this off. It's the Olight PL, whatever it's called, shoot. PL Pro, Valkyrie PL Pro with the USB recharger. 17-round magazine loaded with just some Federal Train and Protect ammunition. That one was loaded, it was live. That is my in-house gun, okay? No round in the chamber. Empty magazine, okay? I'll take pictures of these and put them up now to compare them, but the Cqc P-10C on the right and the Glock 19 on the left, they are all but identical in the dimensions that matter, okay? Let's zoom down. As you can see, the Cqc P-10C is longer, the slide's longer. The Glock is more compact. For the same 15 rounds, you can't see it really on the video, but the Cqc P-10C is a little bit taller, okay? This will fit in virtually most any Glock 19 holster that isn't super tightly designed to fit specifically for the Glock 19. If it's like the tightest Kydex holster you can find, this may not fit in it. But in general, it'll fit and it'll fit just fine. And let me demonstrate that perfectly, okay? So we'll put that gun aside. This is the Glock holster that you can buy. It's like $8 or $10, okay? Cut out whichever little plastic piece is appropriate so it'll fit through the width belt that you have. It's designed to be worn outside the waistband. Cqc P-10C. This is for the Glock 19. If you can really see in there. The retention is up against in the very front on the left side of the trigger guard. Insert this all the way. I mean, that's in there. That's in there pretty good. To unholster? Yeah. To unholster or pretend the belt is tensioning it. It's not ridiculous. It comes out, but I mean, under normal circumstances. Now, if you're in a rollover, your car rolls over or you tumble off a cliff, this might come out. But this is the Glock Holster. It's like $8 or $10. You can buy these from Glock still. You probably find them in most stores, okay? Very inexpensive way to carry this outside the waistband. This gun, or the Glock 19, of course. Another way, when I do carry this gun, the way I normally carry it, if I'm going out off the property, is I use Stealth Gear Vent Core. I've had this for a few years now. It's got a 19 on it because back when I started, I carried the 19. I carried my Glock 30 19 and the 19. Cqc P-10C fits in just fine. Okay, it's a little sloppy like this, but it's in there. I mean, it's not gonna fall out. Okay, that's how I normally carry it. These are vented, extremely comfortable. Kydex outer shell. I can't remember what this material is called, but it's vented. Very soft, very smooth, okay? Holds up quite well. If I want to carry outside the waistband with a little bit of retention from Black Hawk holsters, this Cqc, I think it's, yeah, Cqc Holster. This one's designed for the Sig P-226, 228, or 229, sorry, P-226, 228, 229. It has a Velcro where you can adjust the retention for the thumb strap, okay? Snap, this is super lazy if you can carry outside the waistband. These will snap on, and they'll hold, and you don't even have to remove your belt. You can just run those through there and snap them in around your belt and outside the waistband. Okay, there, and that's in. Even without a hammer, that's in there well enough. I mean, somebody tries to grab your gun from behind, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't thumb off the safety. They're not going to get it. Okay. That's how I carry it. If I'm being really lazy and I go outside the waistband, it's colder. I just throw a jacket on, cover it up. I don't really do this as much anymore. If I'm just going to go around the property, I have these sort of holsters. This one's from Tagua, made in Paraguay, appropriate for the rainy season. It's an outside the holster pancake holster, I believe is what they call them. This will fit a whole bunch of different guns of this style, okay? So there's the Cqc P-10C. It's not super tight in there, so if you anticipate going out and doing anything active, this is probably not what you want for outside the waistband because the retention is not very good. If you're just going to the range, walking around the property, that sort of thing, you don't anticipate being chased by a bear or being in a foot chase or whatever the case might be, this will be fine, okay? And it fits a variety of guns. Glock 19, if I can get it in there. Glock 19, okay, a little sloppy. So something like that. They're not very expensive, but they're good quality. This will last this will be around longer than I am. And then also from Bianchi, this one's not the correct size, but this is a belt slide type holster, okay? What would happen is the belt would go through these loops. There'd be this space in between is where you would put the gun and the belt. See, this is too small, but the belt cinches around it. There's a cutout. This is the right-handed version. There's a cutout to accommodate the trigger guard, and you can wear this with a multitude of guns, and it works quite well if you're okay with not having some sort of retention. Okay, so if you're on a budget and you have, I don't know, if you have a bunch of guns but you're on a budget for holsters, and you need something to carry outside the waistband, just kind of at the range around the house, or if you know nothing ridiculous is going to happen, you're not going to do any gymnastics or anything, that would work. Okay. But like I said, the stealth gear is how I normally carry it, and I'll carry it probably about the 4 o'clock position on my right hip, okay? So, what rounds do I carry with it? In the summer, when people aren't wearing as much clothing, I'll carry something like this, the Sig Sauer 124 grain V-Crown jacketed hollow point. These are nice and shiny, okay? That's what it looks like. Let me get the focus. Where is it? There we go. There's the hollow point. Okay, 124 grain. The reason I carry that is because in the summer with less clothing, penetration isn't quite the issue. And when it's colder, or if you have a lot of fatties, sorry, if there's a lot of big people running around where you live and you have to penetrate a lot of body tissue and bigger bones, if you ever have to defend yourself, or they're wearing 4 layers of clothing or whatever the case might be, this Hornady 147 grain XTP hollow point is what I'm carrying these days right now for the 9mm. Okay, 147 grain. You're not gonna have any trouble with penetration with this. The XTP bullet design's been around for a long time. I've got videos about this stuff. I'm impressed with it, especially in shorter barrel guns. In shorter barrel guns, it works quite well. So that's why I carry the Cqc P-10C, the trigger. But what else about the trigger? Because you can get aftermarket triggers for any gun and make them better if you want to spend some money. Fair enough. Glock 19, no round in the chamber, empty magazine. Okay. Cqc P-10C, empty magazine, no round in the chamber. The grip texture of the Cqc P-10C, replaceable back straps, by the way. I think I have the largest one in there. I don't mind the palm swell like this, and it does not change the length of pull for me, so it's perfect. Because the web of your hand to your index finger, that really determines your length of pull. Okay, this other stuff just kind of fills up your hand. The grip texture is grippier. It's more aggressive. It's not gonna hurt you, but I've said before, I would not want to fall on something made of this sort of texture. Okay, it would hurt. There's little kind of pointy pyramids in the back strap and on the front. On the sides are a more blocky design. Okay. The Glock. This is a Generation 4 Glock 19. So it has the Glock with the finger grooves. It has this texture, and this is fine. It's not the grippiest, but it does just fine. I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't have trouble with it. Generation 4. Let's start really nitpicking here. If this gun didn't exist, despite all those other things, great things I said about the HK VP9, the Brit APX, the Sig P 320, I'd still be carrying my Glock 19. But Generation 4, when I got this Gen 5s weren't out yet. Generation 4 still has the finger grooves, which a lot of people don't like. The Cqc P-10C does not. Okay? So this is already a Gen 5 before the Gen 5s came out. It has forward slide serrations. Even the standard Gen 5s Glocks do not have forward slide serrations. I'm not a big front slide serration press check guy. I'm not John Wick. But some people love that stuff. That's how they rack. I don't know, some people rack the slide like that. I do not recommend that. I try to keep my hand away from the front of a gun that's loaded. But anyway, comes standard with it. Okay? It has this little grippy texture for your forward thumbs, right or left-handed. Okay? It fits basically all the holsters that the Glock 19 does. Okay? It comes with metal, better standard night sights. Okay? These are phospoluminescent, like I said. These are aftermarket night sights, of course, but we all know what the Glock sights are. Virtually no one keeps the stock sights on them, unless you're Hickok 45. No offense, Hickok. Okay, 4.02-inch barrel, same as the Glock 19. Okay, virtually the same dimensions, a bigger trigger well, so if you have to wear gloves, you have more room. Okay, as you can see there, there is more room. The undercut seems to work better. I haven't specifically measured, but a lot of people complain about the undercut on the Glock 19, especially the Gen 4. They'll shave off that portion, that sort of thing, and you can. Fully ambidextrous, so if you're left-handed, you don't have to switch the magazine release, and there's a slide stop lever on that side. Same kind of external extractor. Breakdown's basically exactly the same. Okay, let's break it down real quick. Remove the magazine, no round in the chamber. Okay. You have, pretty sure you have to pull the trigger. Pull the trigger, rock it back just a little bit, pull down on those tabs, release the slide, comes off, okay? That's what the internals look like. Flat recoil spring with a polymer guide rod. Very beefy barrel and feed ramp and all that sort of thing. Let me get it in the light, sorry. Okay. I want to say it has the polygonal grooving, just like the Glock 19. I'm pretty sure it does. If that's wrong, I'll correct it with something on the screen right now. To put it back together, just reverse the process. It has a striker safety, but it is a different design than the Glock 19, of course. But same idea. Return it to the rails, pull it back, and do function check, okay? Pull the trigger, fires. Rack the slide, reset, it's good to go, okay? That's why I carry the Cqc P-10C. It is everything the Glock 19 should be before the Gen 5 Glock 19 came out. And even still, even the standard Gen 5s don't have the forward cocking serrations. And they don't come, I don't believe, don't quote me, I don't think they come with anything other than the plastic sights normally. The Gen 5 triggers are improved. I don't think they're quite up to this caliber, but they're definitely improved. And there's nothing wrong with the Glock trigger. Gen 3 and Gen 4 Glock triggers, they're just not as good. You learn this trigger, you're fine. They're just not as good as this. So that's why I carry it. That's how I carry it. I'm going to put in my earplugs real quick. Probably roll some sort of footage or make some kind of silly joke. Be shooting from the red stripe that's 10 yards away right there. You can't see it. At that 3/8 inch thick, rifle rated AR 500 steel plate. It is 11 and a half inches wide and 16 inches high, top to bottom, not including the head. Be shooting from 10 yards away. I'm going to shoot Fiocchi 115 grain full metal jacket, rated at 1,200 feet per second. So that's, I think I want to say 372 foot-pounds of energy. I'll have a 15-round magazine and one of the 17-round magazines. And I'm just going to have some fun. I'm going to get wet. We're going to have some fun. All right, round in the chamber. I'll try to do this gun justice. Threw a couple to the left. But as you can see, that in general, they're all straight up and down. Not too much variation. 17 rounder, round in the chamber. I try to shoot a little more consistently. Uh-oh. That's how good the Cqc P-10C is. Even AR 500 rifle rated steel plate. Actually, it's the hanger. That bolt finally gave way. Can't hold up to it. And I'll go take a picture of it and show you. So that's the Cqc P-10C. I was talking a little fast, trying to get everything in. Not dilly-dally on 1.2 long. No round in the chamber. Magazines are out. Okay. Give you a real nice close-up of the gun. A little bit of rain spots on it. Made in the Czech Republic. Read the manual before use. Cqc P-10C. The emblem Cqc, and I'll put it up again. If you've never really looked at it, it's a pistol. It's a C and a Z that comes together to make a pistol. Okay. There you go, down there. It's a little easier to see it. There's the, it has, if you are one of those people that rests your offhand front finger on the front of the trigger guard, it's got some little grooves there for you. Replaceable back straps, got a little hole if you want to use a, what do you call it, a lanyard, if you're in Europe. Little recesses on the sides, the bottom of the grip, so that it's not the greatest, but it's enough so that if a magazine sticks, you can get a purchase and rip it out of there a little bit better. Okay. Cqc USA, Kansas City. There's the 9x19. I can't remember what the P stands for. Pistol? I don't know. The circle P stands for something. So that's why if I'm not carrying the P365, this is the first gun I have to say, do I want to carry this? No. Then I'll choose between the other dozens of handguns I have. If I have a holster for them. I don't have a holster that fits all of them, of course. So I don't have a holster for all of them. The Cqc P-10C. Number one reason I carry this over all the others, trigger. In this size gun, trigger. Okay. This is probably, and this is not the lightest, but in my opinion, this is the best striker fired trigger. Even over and above my Canik TP9 SFX. That one's very light, very smooth, very easy to use on the range. But overall, all around, I think this one's just slightly better. Okay, better than the HK VP9, better than the Walther PPQ, Beretta APX, Sig P320, all those guns. Okay. After the trigger, it's because it's got a better grip. It's fully ambidextrous. It comes with everything that you would want at a very good price. These are not expensive. They undercut the Glocks by like $100. Easy. Comes with better sights with a little bit of a shelf. If you have to do one-handed slide manipulations, you can put that on your belt, on your shoe, underneath your front teeth, whatever you got to do to rack the slide. Okay. Slide serrations front and rear. Very low bore axis, just like the Glock 19. So like I said, I think this is everything a Glock 19 should be, over and above even the Gen 5 Glocks. Okay. Nothing against Glocks. I think I still have the most handguns I have are Glocks. Ruger might be close now. But from the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in northeast Tennessee, that's why my non-Sig P365 carry is the Cqc P-10C. Comes from the Czech Republic. That's cool. That's how I carry it in all those various ways, primarily with a stealth gear holster, unless I'm just running around the property or just running out to the store, and I'll put it in that thumb strap retention holster by Blackhawk, I think it was. Anyway, thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day. CZ.